where it's like, yes, Matt, your microphone works. Hey, everybody, fucking welcome to the Nazi wasteland. I'm Edible Napalm. This is Nick and Xavier.
Yeah, I gotta be out of here by like 12:30 though, so I have a.
Hopefully, I could trick some more people in here, like a pedophile tricking kids into a van. Maybe that's what I need to do whenever I post a link into the Skype rooms. Be like, hey guys, I got candy and pup. You know what? They'd believe me with the puppy dogs.
I might need to put like a puppy dog picture.
I mean, you did come to me that one time. You were like, Matt, I need some puppy dog pictures. And I was like, how many? What kind? Do you need really cute puppies? Do you need sad puppy pictures? I got them all.
I'm like
a drug dealer, but with puppy pictures. Because, like, I mean, seriously, can anyone blame me? Look at the world we fucking live in. Yeah, I keep a fucking gigantic folder in my picture library just filled with cute animals so I can just look at them and be like, this makes me a little less angry. Did my computer freeze? Okay, it did. See, fucking the Hangout keeps, like, the Hangout screen keeps freezing for some reason.
Your computer's made out of paper mache.
It probably, or I need to turn it off more instead of just letting it stay on all the fucking time.
Why does nobody turn their computer off? He doesn't.
I think it's because, like, there's a myth. I don't know if it's fully a myth, like, but like, I remember my fucking teacher in school who did the computer like building class even said this, like, it's better for a tower to be left on.
Not necessarily. It's better for it to be left on than like turned on and off like 6 times a day.
Yeah, but it probably should be turned off at least like once a week.
I mean, maintenance is usually something you want to do on your computer every now and then.
Also, I do know I need more RAM in this computer.
You have.
Because I noticed, like, on the little task manager thing, my RAM gets used up real fucking quickly.
How much do you have?
I think I don't know off the top of my head, because it, like, the desktop doesn't have, like, the tower doesn't have, like, the little thing that a laptop would, where it's like, this is what's inside of the guts. I mean, yeah, Bruno, that is pretty much what my Twitter feed has become. Just me spamming out cute dogs and anti-fascism.
Matt's joining Antifa.
I pretty much am. Like, I'll be honest. Like, it's like I know I'm gonna probably end up having this argument with Scarce, because Scarce isn't pro Antifa, but I'm like, look, I'm not so much in it for the killing the Nazis. I see that as a perk. I'm more in it for to make sure, like, if somebody's gonna die, it's gonna be me and not someone the Nazis are targeted. I'm not going to be one of those good Germans who are like, hey, you know what? I don't agree with the Nazis, but, like, they democratically won their election. Our hands are tied. It's like, no, I'm not going to be that person. I'm going to be like, no, I'm willing to fucking throw my life down to fucking make sure somebody the Nazis are fucking chasing can get away. Which to me, I think is a mindset that is needed more than the punch the Nazis. Again, not saying that I'm morally against punching Nazis. I am fucking not. Like, there's been plenty of fucking legal battles in this fucking country that show incitement is not a legally protected right.
Some of them.
Because Nick,
However,
we've talked about
what was
a
that?
lot. Like you're from Chicago. Like we've talked about. And again, I wish I could remember which Chicago suburb it was, but the one with the Jewish vets of World War II that the Klan thought it would be a good
Oh,
idea to
I have
go
no
march
idea.
down.
Oh, I have like an
Spoiler alert!
encyclopedia and like
It
encyclopedic
was.
knowledge of Chicago.
You know, I actually was on a hangout last night because there was this Christian guy called God's Odds who asked me to come into his hangouts and stuff.
Hmm.
And I gotta be honest, like I had a lot more fun reasonably discussing shit with the Christians than I have had with the fucking skeptic community in a long
Oh yeah,
fucking
the
time.
the skeptic community isn't really the skeptic community anymore. I mean,
No,
they
it's
call
not.
themselves
It's
that, but they're
it's
not
like
skeptics.
we hate feminism. That's what the skeptic community is about. Hey Zen.
I mean, it's
But yeah,
kind
like
of weird.
fucking it's but yeah, like one of the guys in there was because I was talking about Charlottesville and all of the shit that's like the history of Virginia and stuff politically. He's like, wow, you know a lot about your state. And it's like if you want to change shit in your state, you need to know its political history. I don't
Oh,
fully know everything about the political history of
I
Virginia.
have completely given up on changing anything in Illinois.
I mean, like you shouldn't. Nobody should, because I mean, like that's how fucking Donald Trump and the Nazis won in the first fucking places. Like too many good people gave up.
Matt, there's like instantly elected governor, he's gonna end up in prison. I don't know. It's pretty bad.
My fucking governor, like the last governor we had, was convicted of fucking bribery.
I don't remember how many there were, but like in the last like 5 or 6 governors we've had.
Okay, you beat you. Okay, Illinois, you beat Virginia there.
Like it's just kind of like, so what can they do about this problem? Oh, absolutely fucking nothing.
I mean, like it's the old chestnut. Like get involved locally. Like and I know people hate hearing that shit because it constantly gets said, but it is fucking true. Like, if you want to change, like, the political establishment, you have to start at the bottom because those people become delegates. Those people become super delegates. That's how you affect real change in the fucking private parties we have.
Probably start getting in politics myself.
Chicago,
I don't know.
like, Illinois, yeah, it's probably going to be hard. There's probably a huge fucking barrier there. Like Chicago is a very big city and there's a lot of money involved. It's just like here in Virginia, a big hurdle is the fucking Richmond fucking political bloc because they control a huge amount of political power in this state. Also, you know, I will give the conservatives this. Like they are like, you know what? We were fine with Trump, but like, you know what? We're not fine with Nazis. I'm like, you know what? That's the bare minimum you need to do, conservatives. Like, you need to do a lot more, but like, I'm glad you're taking the first little baby step of being like, you know what? We're not cool with fucking Nazis.
Yeah. Hey,
It, it is weird that like bribery is still a crime with like all of the fucking governors and shit who have fucking taken bribes and shit.
well, what's ridiculous is how obvious you have to make it in order to get convicted of bribery, and they somehow pull it off.
Yeah, like with McDonald, it's like, man, McDonald's gotten a lot of gifts from people he's given private contracts to. I mean, not private, state contracts to. Isn't that fucking weird? Yeah, I saw the Schwarzenegger video, and I think like Arnold Schwarzenegger might be a fan of Dan Harmon because Dan Harmon did the exact same fucking rant on his latest episode of Harmontown, where he was just like, fascism is a fucking cancer. Nothing good comes from fucking fascism, just like cancer. Like, our country's been diagnosed with fucking cancer. What do we do now?
Radiation. Oh god, we got to nuke our country, Matt.
Well, isn't chemo, like, it doesn't have to always be radiation? We might just be able to, like, cyanide the Nazis.
Poison. Well, I'm just saying, like, kind of like hitting cancer with a hammer. Like, it's not targeted at all, just fucks everything up. So,
True.
I need to have some nukes on Virginia, man. I'm sorry. Or at least, like,
Although, more terrifying, the guy who does the American Renaissance newsletter, magazine, site, whatever, fucking, that asshole is like, oh, like the liberals who are really, the liberals and the left and the mainstream who are really pushing back against the Nazis, do you want them to turn into the Irish Republican Army? Because that's what happened. And it's like, you know what? Like, are you just admitting that you guys are basically borderline fucking terrorists?
It'd be,
Also, just gonna point this out. You fuck. The Irish Republican Army, they fucking hated Nazis too. Like, the Irish went to fight the fucking Nazis before the fucking UK did. I mean, to be fair, like, Ireland itself, like, the politicians at the time wanted to remain neutral. But, like, there's a reason why a huge fucking amount of the Irish army basically fucking deserted to go fight in fucking mainland Europe, because they were like, you know what, we're not down with fascism. Fascism is fucking garbage. You know what? There's a lot of fucking shit things you can say about the IRA because they are fucking terrorists. But, like, you know what? Fascist isn't one of them. Like, fascist would probably be the last thing I would call the IRA.
What that guy is saying is that if you push back against them, they're going to turn them into terrorists.
Yeah, and I'm like, I mean, you're already there, you fucks. Like, you're not making a good argument anyways. Like, you're already at the fucking point where you're organizing fucking torchlit fucking mobs. And let's be fucking honest here. Heather Heyer wasn't the fucking first person these fuckers have killed. Like, their ideology has led to other people's fucking deaths. And not just in the past, but in recent fucking memory. Dylan Ruth, Elliot Rogers. There's a lot of fucking shitbags we can fucking put down at these fuckers' feet. Also, did you see the fucking Mike Chernoff, whatever his dumb fucking name is, that would inevitably get him put in a Nazi camp if he got his fucking way, because the Nazis did not like people with those kinds of names? Like, that asshole, he said that fucking Islamic terrorism is left-wing terrorism.
What kind of terrorism is left-wing terrorism?
Islamic terrorism. And it's like, no, dipshit. Islamic terrorism is not far left. Like, there are Maoist and Marxist groups in the Middle East doing terrorist attacks, but when people say Islamic terrorism, they're not talking about the fucking goddamn, like, they're not talking about the Kurdish fucking Marxists out there. They're talking about fucking ISIL and Al-Qaeda, which have hardline conservative Muslim fucking beliefs. Cernovich. Thank you, Zen. I knew there was like a C and an NO and a V in there, but I couldn't remember the order they came in. Also, I'll be completely honest, I don't want to memorize any of these fucking right-wing fucking Nazi shitheads' names to memory. Like I got like I can't remember fucking like people I like's birthday and shit. Like you think I'm gonna waste the brain cells fucking goddamn trying to remember these fuckers' names? The only reason I remember Christopher Cantwell in the video I did was because his name was right in the fucking title. I would have just kept calling him the dick with ears. Also, yeah, Nick, I know I fucked up my definition of like never again. Like right out the gate, I fucked it up because I defined never using never.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. And then I roboted it. And Lundy was like, Nick, that's how a robot defines never.
I mean, you are the robot man.
You see, people always call me a robot, but when I'm just like, yeah, I'm a robot, they're like, no, you're not. You can't be both of
That's
us.
because we're trying to. That's because we're trying to mess with your programming, Nick. Like we're trying to be like you're a robot, Nick, and then like when you're like I am robot,
blow up or something.
Yeah. We're trying to see if like we can like turn you into Microsoft Tay or something. We're just all of a sudden Nick comes in one day. He's like, beep boop boop boop, white man's burden, beep boop. It's like we've done it. But yeah, I'm glad that the fucking like just see Stormfront got taken down too, along with the Daily Stormer.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm happy about that one.
Now
if only no, like I'm gonna do like I know I've done a lot of videos this week, and spoiler alert, there's gonna be a lot of videos to come in the fucking future because I'm gonna do at least one on fucking Donald Trump and why, yeah, he's not the fucking cause of Charlottesville, but he's legitimately made every fucking problem America is facing fucking worse. Legitimately, there is not one fucking major problem facing America that Donald Trump hasn't put America in a worse fucking position to deal with.
What about North Korea?
Yeah, North Korea. Like I know we had this argument with CJ the other night, and it's like, look, I'll give you fucking Hillary would have probably been ramping up fucking Syria and shit, but like honestly, like Hillary would not have been doing the fucking goddamn dick waving with fucking goddamn North Korea. If anything, she'd be doing dick waving with fucking Russia. And let's be honest, like Russia's fucking stretched thinner than we fucking are. Like the last thing fucking honestly Russia wants is a more aggressive fucking United States fucking goddamn full in their fucking plots and shit. But again, I'll give you that. Like you know, I'll say it as a Bernie supporter. I fucking realize like this shit would probably be just as bad, if not fucking worse, under Bernie because he would be a Jewish president. You think the fucking alt-right and the Nazis would be like, hey, we have to fucking sit down on our laurels because you know there's a Jewish president and we didn't get Trump. Like, no, they'd be fucking out in force even fucking harder. And yeah, Bruno, Stormfront got taken down because what a lot of people forget is the Daily Stormer came from Stormfront. The Daily Stormer used to be Stormfront's newsletter, and then it evolved into what it is today. Also, this is kind of off topic, but did you know Matt Drudge? You know Matt Drudge, right?
Drudge Report?
Yeah. You know he's gay?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Like I saw that mentioned in like an article the other day about like how it was one of those like articles where it's like blank group is leaving Trump in droves, and they were talking about gay conservatives are leaving Trump over the transgender military ban because a lot of them are like, this is fucking bullshit. Like, this is just don't ask, don't tell all fucking over again. And Matt Drudge is one of those like conservative gay people who's like had it with fucking Trump and shit. And it's like, wow, like I never knew Matt Drudge was gay. That's weird.
That's kind of weird.
One thing though that makes me kind of happy about the Nazis right now though, Nick, is they are in a much weaker position. Like, yeah, they're out in force and shit now, and that should be terrifying, but like, look at a lot of the last names of the people who are fucking white supremacists and Nazis now. Like, they would not have been fucking white supremacists or Nazis like 20, 30 fucking years ago, because those groups would be like, no, you're Eastern European scum. Like fucking Stefan Gorka, one of the fucking like one of the neo-Nazis said like the other day, like nobody, like Gorka is one of the most finely bred people. Like he has one of the greatest white lineages of anybody working in Washington today. And it's like, he's from fucking Hungary. Like, my dad was old school Klan, and he didn't Here's how old school and racist my dad was. He didn't think fucking anybody from Southern Europe and fucking Spain and Portugal were white because of the fucking Moors.
Yeah.
Like the only white people to my dad were Central Europe, the UK, and fucking Scandinavia.
I wonder if Nazis would put people who had cancer in the camps. I mean, they might see that as like some sort of genetic weakness or something.
You know, speaking of genetics, I was actually reading an interesting thing about how the Holocaust actually changed people's DNA.
What do you mean?
Basically, like the level of harsh shit, like just the level of like harshness and stuff, like put upon the people who were put in the camps and put under those experiences and shit. It caused like low level fucking like drifts and mutations to occur, like to be the like better to be able to deal with like shit like starvation and shit.
That's strange.
So like like to be fair, like 6 million people like were involved in the Holocaust, and that's just the Jewish side. So like, yeah, you get enough of those people and you put them under like some really harsh circumstances and shit, like, yeah, you're probably going to see some real fundamental change down to their genetic level. Yeah, like that's the thing. The Nazis have kind of become accepted in a way, Bruno, because like any like the WASP, like Anglo white, like white Anglo-Saxon Protestant people, they don't want to be Klansmen or fucking racist and shit now. Like, or at the very least, they don't want to be openly racist. Like, they'll totally be like, not me or mine, fucking soft racist and shit. Like, they're totally fine with that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fucking but yeah, like it's kind of like when the because here's something, right, that a lot of people don't know with the history of the KKK in this country. There was a huge pushback from the original generation of Klans people and the 1920, 1930s anti-Catholic Klansmen, because the original Klans people were kind of more like the Klansmen, like the Nazis and white supremacists of today, where they were like, we don't really fucking care. We just care if you're white. Whereas like the 1930s, 1920s Klansmen, like it became more about like immigration and stuff, and like who was like the biggest fucking 2 blocks of fucking immigrants at that time, like Catholic Irish and Catholic and like Italian. I was gonna say Indian.
Yeah.
But like those were the two big fucking groups. Like it wasn't like, oh, we gotta go. Like, I mean, to be fair, there was like a lot of anti-Chinese hate too, because like they were probably like group number 3 after the Italians and the Irish. Then again, too, the Chinese. Sorry, I took a really. took a really big hit there. Should have concluded my thought first, then took them. I'm a mess. But yeah, like the Chinese were more of a West Coast thing, though.
Yep.
And the Klan had a presence out west, but like it was never like as big as on the East Coast or the Midwest. I forget. Well, the original Klan came during the aftermath of post Civil War America, out of Reconstruction, for like the couple of fucking months where Reconstruction was actually trying to like do what it like was supposed to do, and before it became like, hey, we can make a lot of fucking money rebuilding the fucking South. Like, who gives like. There's a very small period of time where the South was actually looking up, where it's like, you know what, we might actually overcome our fucking past. And then the Jim Crow era fucking started, and that just ruined fucking everything. Like, yeah, slavery is probably the biggest legacy of the fucking South, but there was a fucking point where we could have actually fucking been like, you know what, that, like we had a war about it. Let's fucking make peace with the fact that slavery was fucking wrong. Let's fucking, like, we were wrong. Let's just, like, there was a point where fucking the South was more like fucking modern day Germany, where they were like, hey, sorry about the Nazi shit. But then fucking assholes got involved, and they were like, oh, if we fucking put back in the same people who held power back before the fucking Civil War, that, like, we can fucking get, we can make we can get more money on our fucking investments, because a lot of these fucking shitbags are completely fucking corrupt. Yeah, my dad was a Klansman, and he never took me to a rally or anything, but like, so I never met any of his Klans friends in their hoods, but there were definitely people who I was like, this fucker's a Klansman. Like, this guy's a Klansman here. Or at the very least, like, because there were some people who I was like, this fucker might not be a Klansman, but they're like a militia person or something. Like, they're living on like 80 acres of land with like one little tiny fucking trailer in the middle of it with all of this fucking woods and shit, and they're constantly just like fucking patrolling that shit armed. It's like, these fuckers are either fucking, they're either growing fucking weed or they're fucking militia members. And there's like some fucking weird ass militia camp somewhere on this property. And also, going back to Zen, I know they got the Burning Cross from Scotland. Because that's how the clans used to fucking. Then again, they fucked it up with the cross, like, because the Scottish cross was an X, like that was the Scottish cross they used. So yeah, like that was so. I forget where the hoods and stuff come from. Hey, Faith, we're just talking about Nazis and the sad history of the South, and in particular Virginia, because like Virginia has a real long, sad history of fucking Nazis. It didn't start with fucking Charlottesville. Like, I keep repeating it. This is the state the American Nazis had to fucking come to after they got ran out of fucking New York. because no other fucking state would allow. Also, too, I didn't know this before the Charlottesville stuff. I didn't know Richard Spencer was actually from here. I didn't know that makes all the more fucking sense. Because I don't know if we've talked, like, I think we've talked about this a bit, Nick, but like, Spencer knew what he was fucking doing when he chose Charlottesville.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay, so like for the like, I might make a video like about this, detailing like the history of Charlottesville and why Charlottesville like is the perfect fucking place for these fucking assholes to start shit, because it's not like, in terms of like history, Charlotte, like any fucking big city in the South, like Charlottesville has had fucking like a bad racist fucking history at fucking time. It's Thomas Jefferson's fucking town, for Christ's sake. So yeah, like it's always gonna have this fucking horrible like legacy that it's gonna have to deal with and shit. But like, unlike say Richmond, or even like Fairfax or Fredericksburg, or fucking hell, even Virginia. Well, you know what? Maybe not so much Virginia Beach, because they try to keep Virginia Beach very nice and very tourist friendly. But like, fucking like Charlottesville doesn't have like a long history of race riots like say Richmond does. Like Richmond has a lot. But like Charlottesville, like it's never been like a community that where they've had to deal with large scale protests and riots and stuff. So their police force is not equipped to handle that shit. They are equipped to handle like protests at UVA. But like once that shit starts spilling out into the streets of Charlottesville, which by the way, Charlottesville with how it's laid out is a very fucking shitty city to get around, because it's a giant wheel within a wheel within a wheel within a wheel. There's like 4 fucking wheels within each other. Those are all one-way fucking streets. And then you have these fucking all the spoke streets fucking leading from them. Like Charlottesville's just a very fucking like poorly laid out city. That's probably like honestly the biggest complaint like I honestly have about Charlottesville is like it's not an easy city to get around in. Also, yes, and I can't wait for the new fucking Wolfenstein game either. It's like that's gonna be a lot of fun killing Nazis in video games. I mean, it's always been fun. Like, I'm glad that like it's cool to use Nazis as villains again in things. Like, I'm glad that's like, if there's one silver lining to come out of this shit, it's like, hey, you know what? It's totally cool to use those shitheads for fucking villains. Like, fuck them. But yeah, like, there's a reason why those assholes fucking canceled the rally in Richmond, because they weren't walking out of Richmond. Like Richmond, like just like the fact that one, Richmond is technically 2 cities. You have Richmond and then Petersburg, which was basically Black Richmond during the Jim Crow segregation era, because like Richmond itself was like the fucking goddamn capital of the cult of fucking Lee and fucking Stonewall and the fucking Confederacy. So like Richmond was like very fucking kind of like really fucking like hugely into like preserving fucking antebellum fucking Southern fucking shit for a while. So like all the black people, like they lived in Richmond, in Petersburg and shit, but eventually like Petersburg got so fucking big it had to be incorporated into Richmond. So like Richmond, unlike Charlottesville is like the definition of a sleepy college town, like with UVA and shit. Like they're very laid back and chill. Like no real one group has a complete dominance in terms of demographics and shit. It's a fairly even spread because of the college, the university and shit. But Richmond, on the other hand, is predominantly fucking black. Like, so also like there were also too, Black Lives Matter, like this didn't get fucking talked about a lot on the national scale, but like Black Lives Matter completely shut down Richmond 3 fucking times.
Really?
Yeah, like they completely shut Richmond to a grinding fucking halt because they knew where to fucking protest. Like they knew like the, the anti fucking like alt right Richard Spencer fucks. Like the people who are against those fucking assholes, like they are well more organized and well more capable of fucking like making sure what happened in Charlottesville does not happen in Richmond. And then there's also little things too in Richmond that like play against the fucking like the Nazis too. Like Richmond is a huge music city, specifically when it comes to metal, punk, and jazz. Those are like the three genres of music that are really big in Richmond.
Some metal is going to be a little...
Yeah, like the metal guys, they're 50-50. But the punks, oh boy. The punks have a long fucking history of beating down fucking Nazis. Partially because the Nazis like almost killed punk in its infancy by fucking being like, "Hey, we're gonna adopt this whole fucking skinhead aesthetic," and the punks were like, "No, we're skinheads because we're anti fucking hippies. Like we hate what fucking like the hippies became, so that's why we're fucking skinheads. Like, don't ruin this." And then the Nazis ruined it. But you know what? The punks fucking fought. They fucking fought with fucking fist and fucking foot to fucking goddamn try to make sure the Nazis did not successfully fucking take over Skinhead. They lost, but you know what? They put up a good fight.
They tried. I guess that's all that matters.
Although, you know what? Maybe the punks can take back Skinhead. Because like look at the Nazis now. The Nazis now are just like, hey, let's fucking cosplay like villains from fucking Revenge of the Nerds. That's like the new Nazi look.
Basically.
1980s jock movie villain. Maybe that's how we can defeat the Nazis. Like, you know what, Nick? I have an idea. We need to get our ragtag group of friends together and challenge the Nazis to like a balloon race or a yacht race or something. Just some kind of hilarious shenanigans like in an 80s movie. And be like, if we win, Nazis, you gotta leave town. You can't destroy the rec center.
Like a fucking race or something, I'm probably gonna beat most of the Nazis, even though I have a bad heart and like multiple cancer fucking under my belt.
Probably. I mean, these bitches are fucking crying now because it's like, people are yelling at us. I lost my job because I'm openly a Nazi. What is this, America? Like, I thought this was America, not Nazi Germany. Oh, wait, that would be awesome. Sorry to hear that, Faith. Like, my internet, it might also be on my end, too, because, like, although right now it's pretty clear, but, like, I don't know what it is over where my internet comes from. Like, it might be, like, raining over there. There might be a tornado. Who knows? Oh, yeah. Like, since people are probably expecting me, I'm going to, like, no spoilers, Nick. Don't worry. Defenders is okay. They actually made Danny Rand likable, but then they made him unlikable again. It's weird.
Guys, and I'm alright.
I will say this though. This isn't like a spoiler if you know the comics and shit, but like Danny and Luke actually do have chemistry together, which makes me like more hopeful about Iron Fist going forward. Where it's like, you know what? At least Finn Jones and Michael Coulter
Oh, hey,
actually
no,
seem to be friends.
right. My mic wasn't working for some reason. I muted it and unmuted it.
Yeah, you know what? I was thinking about that the other day, Zen, where it's like, man, having like some kind of power where it's like I could just give people aneurysms or heart attacks. Like hell, fucking goddamn, the book from like the Death Note would be really good right now.
Can you
Speaking
hear me?
of, yeah, you're breaking up a smidge though. It might be doing the thing it did last time you were breaking up. I forget what it was, but yeah, having like a Geist power like Kogias, where it's like, I guess it's Gias. Why am I saying? I guess I'm saying Geist because of fucking no. Geist is a ghost. Yeah, it's like, yeah, Bruno. That's the big reason why I'm like really fucking
All
stepping
right.
up my game. Okay, you're perfect. That's why I'm stepping up my game and shit. Like, I don't want to be one of those people who's like, who looks back and it's like, I did nothing. I should have did something. I did nothing. I don't want to be one of those fuckers. But yeah, Nick, we need to maybe challenge Richard Spencer to a boat race. You know how to ski. We can challenge him
Not
to a
really.
ski competition. Okay, we need to find a ringer. Do we know any Tom
I can
girls?
snowboard.
Okay,
Kinda.
snowboarding. Okay, that's like a movie right there. Like you got the snowboarder. I'm pretty sure that was a fucking movie. In fact, where it's like you got a snowboarder who has to do a skiing competition because he has
Wait,
to
wait, wait,
save
wait,
the
wait, wait,
ski
wait.
resort
Matt,
from
Damon
the
just said, well,
jocks.
bye, Bannon. Did Bannon leave?
Did he or did he
I don't know.
die? Kind of
Uh,
hoping for death.
yeah, I'm a little bit too, but I'm waiting for Damon to
That
clarify.
also pisses me off. Like 2016, really, out of all of the people you could have fucking murdered, not Steve Bannon. Like the motherfucker looks like he eats fucking cigarette butts. Okay, right now I can't see from Twitter because right now my Twitter feed is nothing but dogs because that's my Twitter. That's what my Twitter fucking feed looks like. I think Steve Bannon's out.
It looks like
He
it.
probably got off he probably got offered up as a sacrifice to be like, see, I'm totes not white supremacist. I got rid of one of the white supremacists who are working for me. How about you get rid of Gorka too, you fucking dick?
Oh no. Orca might not be
One
white
step at a time.
supremacist. No, but
Gorka
he's
is
like,
legitimately a white supremacist.
I
Like,
know,
with
Matt.
Steve Bannon, like, at least Steve Bannon's smart about his fucking white supremacy. Like, he's
What?
never openly worked for fucking white supremacist groups in the past.
He's
Gorka
so much.
has. Well, yeah, that's the thing with fucking Bannon. Like, he probably has worked for white supremacist groups in the fucking past, but like, fucking. Sorry, I saw a really sad like story about a dog, and it really threw me off.
God
I
damn
was
it,
like,
Matt.
oh.
Don't read the sad stories, Matt.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting off of Twitter. I'm just gonna assume Bannon is out. Also, tell Damon to get in here. He's fun. He's he's pirate party guy. Antifa. I mean, yeah, Lamore, I kind of feel that way too, where it's like, hey, Marvel, can you maybe take a
Oh
knee
God.
so everybody
By
else
the
isn't
way, I
shit?
have to say real quick, Nick is not a member of Antifa.
Oh yeah, I was thinking that like that should be our like Dan Harmon was saying it on his
I
podcast.
not member
I
Antifa. All right, now that
so
that's out there,
I think
disclaimer.
I think like the new form of hello should be like Nick, not a Nazi, Matt, not a Nazi. Nice to meet you.
No, neither am I part of Antifa, by the way. Sorry,
I'm
Matt. I have to put that
look, I
disclaimer in.
get it. Like Antifa could be like scary and shit. Like I'm just like of the
Well,
opinion,
and
like,
I
look, you don't have to
currently have
necessarily,
an
you don't
application
have to,
with the
yeah, you don't
FBI.
necessarily
Remember?
have to condone or join Antifa's shenanigans if you don't want to, but at the same time, it's like, look, like shit might get fucking real. Like you at least need to recognize that, like, possibility, and you do.
Okay. Nazis legit
Like my
start
problem,
doing shit.
my
Yes, I
thing
would
is,
be anti-Nazi, but I'm not Antifa. There we go.
yeah. See, I'm
I
Antifa now because, well, I mean, I haven't like I don't know if like I I don't
I
know
don't
if
know
I'm
if you have your
Antifa
membership
now.
card. I don't know
Yeah,
what the fuck
yeah.
you need to
Is there a
join it, but
card? Do I
I
meet somebody?
think Damon's in here. Hey, Damon, how do you join
Yeah,
Antifa? Do
is
you just be
Damon
like,
in here
hey,
now?
is it like being part of Anonymous, where you're just like, I'm part of Anonymous now?
Yeah, Damon, I need help on this. Like,
He's
do
saying,
I
give me a
do?
second.
Okay.
Are there dues? Like I'm.
Is it like being a Hell Knight from Pathfinder? Like, I have to defeat a fascist who's like
One
three
CR
more
higher
hit
than you.
dice than me? Yeah.
I wonder how many hit die I have IRL. Probably not very much, because like a pistol only does a d6 damage.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure someone could just shoot me and kill me.
Like I know with the Pirate Party, like that's a political party, so like, but like Antifa's not really a political party, so I don't know if like, can I become like, can I make my own cards if there aren't cards for Antifa? Like I have so many Antifa questions.
I'm not gonna be
It's
joining
like
Antifa.
Okay,
God
is this
damn
it's
it.
working
like
now?
Yeah.
yes,
Okay. So
it's
yeah,
like
there's
with
no.
my it's like with my protests. It's like, what do I bring to a protest? Do I bring towels?
You're gonna want to bring
Towels
like
are always a good
anything.
thing to bring to a protest. That's just
First aid
general
kit.
protest.
Like, imagine you're going to the beach, but also you're going to hell at the same time.
Okay,
Bring what you
All
bring
right.
for that.
I will not stay. I
And
will
a
stay.
camera.
Starting off, I am not a spokesman for the Antifa. Or the
Well,
Antifa.
you know a lot more about it than I do. I'm
Okay.
just kind of like, I know about how like
You had it basically right with the anonymous punk movement, sort
Yeah.
of. You know, it's something you just kind of declare and then go do your praxis. That's basically what you do.
All right, so yeah, I guess I am Antifa now. So yeah,
So yeah,
Congratulations, Matt, on your joining of
mask-
Antifa.
mask up, buy a black hoodie, you'll be fine. Well, you probably won't be fine because I don't know how you are in a fight, Matt.
He's got
I fight dirty.
he's got shock absorption. He's probably fine.
Also, like pocket sand, like
Matt
that's
legit
become a
carries
joke.
pocket sand around.
Yeah, that became a joke in D&D, but there was a point in my life where I, like, especially during fucking blackout drunk Matt fucking times where I would carry fucking pocket sand because it's like, I'm a belligerent drunk. I probably will get into a fight.
Crushed glass, rock salt, any sort of like particulate material they can get into eyes real easy. That'll work.
Plus, like,
Okay.
sand's
I
free.
just carry a spray bottle
out.
with sulfuric acid.
Oh god.
Go out in front of any
You're like,
convenience store.
Oh yeah, you think the fucking bear mace was bad? Your eyes are fucked.
Dissolve a Nazi.
They just have fucking goddamn sand sitting in little pedestals outside of convenience stores.
Why do you have
Just
a
pick
glass
around
bottle
the
filled with clear
cigarette
liquid? Just like
It's
just
vodka.
wait. That's vodka.
Also,
Is there a
too, I
spray
have my
bottle
World
on
War
it?
II. I need to
Vodka.
get my World War II trench coat fixed anyways, but I was thinking of like discreetly putting like fucking like metal plates in it.
Yeah, just cover it in black and red flags, and you'll fit right in.
Specifically around the chest and stomach area, because it's like, you know what, there's only so much you could do about a shot to the face, but like I could put something there.
Well, yeah. I'm still waiting for like the fucking militias and 3%.
Also, I will say
open
this:
fire instead of just stand there looking like fucking military.
if I do end up going to a protest,
I don't know what's
want to
gonna
buy
happen if the
of weight training gloves, like Daredevil had in season 1.
Huh.
That's gonna be really hard to start out with,
admit,
Matt.
I'm not good at. Yeah, I know. Well, because I'm like, one, I'm not good at punching. Because again, I'm a dirty fighter. Like I'm a fat guy. I use my weight. I get people on the ground. I spit in their eyes. I bite their nose. Fucking I dick stuff. Like I'll grab their fucking dick, twist it. Like that's me in a fight.
Elbows, knees. They're harder than a fist, and you won't break your wrist.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, right, you're probably not going to break your wrist.
You can kick harder than you can throw a punch. So maybe that's it. Maybe I should learn fucking like.
Not if you've been in a wheelchair for 30 years.
Well,
okay, you got me there,
Nick. And it's harder to get the wind up on the knees or the kicks in. And
you know what? I can kick pretty good. I can do a super kick, and that's pretty impressive for a fat guy. That's how I broke my fucking foot.
You can't be doing fucking wrestling moves.
Yeah, wrestling moves don't really work in a fight. I guess you could powerbomb someone in a fight, but it's...
The Juggalos are going to learn this very quickly.
You know
what would be really funny is if the Juggalos just pull out like a bunch of AK-47s and unload. I'd just be like, I did not see that coming.
I don't know.
Hatchets would be like, I did not see that coming, yet it is thematically appropriate.
Here's something that I've been thinking about since last night. And of course, yes, I have been constantly thinking about the Juggalo Nazi War. Why do you ask? Anyway, so basically they're pulling from the same group of people, like outcasts.
Also, yes, I know not all wrestling moves are good against people. Like, I'm not going to be doing a fucking rock bottom. Like, hell, rock bottom.
Like, if there's just a Nazi laying there, like my eyes, somebody sprayed me with sulfuric acid in my eyes. Just rock bottom them.
The rock bottom in kayfabe is fucking stupid, but like, you know what, fucking like running up and like maybe trying to get like some fucking like twerp and like, I'm not good with naming wrestling moves, but what's the one where you fucking put them in the headlock and then you drop back on their head?
DDT.
I was thinking DDT, but I thought the DDT was like the forward one where you leap in the air.
No, I think that's.
You know what? Any stunner,
like a diamond cutter in RKO.
Yeah.
DDT,
you know, yeah.
DDP. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, DDP. DDP, like DDP is a really good, like a good real life fight move. Because all you need to do is stun a fucker.
Penetration.
Well, I think Matt confused the DDT for the wrestler DDP.
I did DDP.
Like,
you cannot be diamond cuttering.
Basically, Matt accidentally said DVDA, but in a different way.
Also, a suplex. Like, a suplex might be a little too showy to do in an actual fight, but, like, if you actually pull off a suplex on someone, they are fucking not good enough.
Maybe a phenomenal forearm. Like, jump the barricade, fucking elbow Nazi.
No, like, he said don't do the people's elbow, Matt. If, like, if you see a Nazi on the ground and he's been bear-maced, just fucking...
Hulk Hogan leg drop.
Just...
Or put him in the Kent Shamrock ankle lock. Just get him in there and just start screaming like a man. Like, ah!
Only if you're on camera.
Do the worm.
I was actually really good with ankle locks. Like, it was the one submission I actually learned from just watching wrestling. Like, I could never do any other. Then again, the ankle lock is really dirt simple. You just grab someone's ankle and you fucking twist it.
To be fair, I did put one of my friends in the crossface once when he was trying to get out of it.
Okay, but Matt, but seriously, if the militias start opening fire, hit the deck, use a kid as a human shield or something, alright?
Nah, I'm gonna
you don't want to die.
Why a kid? Use fallen Nazis.
Or that's even better, but I was just thinking Matt's not going to be on, like, the front lines right there.
It's like
It's like I said, my whole main thing isn't so much like I want to punch Nazis. Like that to me is a perk. That's like one of the sign-in on perks for like Antifa. It's like we get to punch Nazis. That's cool.
That's one of the recruiting like messages. Once you get in, then you gotta start learning the actual politics.
Thing more is like again, like never again, and evil wins when good does nothing. And it's like I'm willing to lay my life down to help fucking people. Like to me, that's the more important sentiment. Like anybody can be like, I want to punch a Nazi. That's the easy part. It's like, are you willing to die against the Nazis so other people don't?
Meanwhile, I just want a union resurgence, but hey, we all have our own.
Yeah, that's something else. You know what? I know people have fucking problems with Steve Shives and shit, but he nailed that fucking shit on Twitter the other day. Like some dipshit was like, oh, I joined the alt-right because I care about jobs. And Steve Shives was like, join a fucking union, dipshit.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not.
He's actually not. But,
like, if you care about jobs and you're not a member of a union, like, you're not doing the first fucking step to caring about fucking jobs.
And it doesn't have to be like the IWW or anything like that. You can join the UA or the AFL-CIO or fuck. Here,
you want to know something fucked up? Like,
they're capitalist sympathizers, but hey, we need our allies somewhere.
Walmart in China had to relent on fucking their non-union fucking practices because they actually successfully fucking unionized in China.
Well, we would in America too if.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like a union how we think of a union here. It's more of like state-sponsored party union.
It's like that's more state capitalism than like full-fledged workers' rights union.
And true, let's be honest here. The
Walmart
reason why the Chinese allowed it
internal propaganda. Oh god, you know what's would be really hilarious to do is just start handing union cards to random Walmart employees, because Walmart tells you to like report that shit to managers, and the managers will call like an anti-union force to come in and like try to like tell everybody unions are bad. It's hilarious.
Yeah, they should start doing that.
It's kind of terrifying too, but imagine how much money you can get them to spend if you just like every day you just have like 100 people walk in and start giving people random union cards. They're just total bullshit. But
thank
you, Matt, for thank you, Nick, for bolstering the Antifa cause.
That actually should be a thing. Like Walmart, especially Walmarts around me, they have like those little things up front with a lot of pamphlets in it and shit. Just put a bunch of
pamphlets.
Yeah.
It was the funniest thing.
Just a bunch of pro-union ones.
I used to work at a warehouse.
And like oh man, and like you know, people leave Chick tracts sometimes in places.
Oh god, I collect those.
Like Chick tracts, but unions.
Oh yeah, you know what? B-Mick has a good point. Like you can easily knock yourself out with a suplex. So.
Oh yeah, you can probably.
Yeah, especially if you're like going over the head for a German.
The DDT.
Matt,
DDT, the official Nazi fighting wrestling move.
Matt,
that one's a good one.
If you are ever completely fucked, get something that will set you on fire and just jump on a Nazi, latch on, and push the button that sets you on fire. Just like...
So you want us to start suicide bombing, Nick? That's what you're telling us?
No, just one Nazi. You don't blow up the whole crowd.
Why not?
And only if you're fucked.
If you're fucked, take out everyone you can.
No, because you might hit a bystander.
In like the main crowd there. Anyway, what I was saying before, I used to work at a warehouse.
Yeah, there was the Barcelona stuff too, and then there was the Finland stuff. Like, it's weird how like vans and cars and shit have become like the new tool of terror. I guess it's like a lot easier than like trying to figure out how.
Hey, Gumshoe.
Yeah.
I'll punch an ISIS member in the face. I won't just go around punching random Muslims. Fuck you.
I'd punch an ISIS member.
Yeah, I'll do that. they're just as fascist.
Yeah, and to be fair here, when we say punch Nazis, we're not saying punch conservatives. We're making a clear distinction here. The fuckers with like swastikas and fucking Nazi uniforms and waving around Nazi flags, yeah, they need a punch in the face.
I mean, it depends on the conservative. It depends. Like Bill O'Reilly, I want a deck in the face for personal reasons.
Just like the assholes wearing like the black ISIS garb, they deserve a punch in the face.
We will be with you.
And I'll say, even though like I consider myself Antifa right now, like if we do win against the fucking Nazis and shit, like I have a lot of problems with like the fucking tankies and the Stalinists and the Maoists and the Khmer Rouge apologists. Like there's a lot of people in Antifa who should probably get punched in the face.
If the left unity thing happens and they actually win, it will immediately devolve into an like anarchist tanky fucking civil war.
That'd be kind of terrifying, possibly.
But I mean, not really. It's probably not gonna like. It'd probably be more of like an internet civil war of just mean tweets.
So basically, like the alt-right and any other conservatives. And they're not gonna go.
Oh, 1 second, somebody's
they're
yelling
gonna be
for me.
scared shitless, and that's good enough for me.
I certainly don't want to make people scared shitless, but yeah, that's just me though.
So anyway, did you watch Southpaw Regional, Matt?
God damn it, and here comes the wrestling.
You invited me in here. What the fuck did you expect?
I don't know. I expected you to be able to give us the rundown on Antifa and how that works, because I have no fucking clue.
It's an amorphous conglomeration of leftists and like just anti-fascists in general, and sometimes they use violence and sometimes they do food without bombs. It depends on who you're talking to at that point.
And a back.
You watch Southpaw Regional yet? God damn it, Matt.
What? Hi.
Did you watch Southpaw Regional yet?
Oh no, not yet. I gotta. Look, like I've been busy this week.
It's been slowly radicalizing yourself. I've seen that.
That is kind of weird how Matt went from, like, a lot of people actually went a little, like, you know, seems to be a thing that's happening. People are going more radicalized in both the left and right. I'm not sure if that's a very good thing.
It probably isn't.
And we're going to have to deal with it.
Yeah. That's kind of my thought on it. It's like the time for fucking centrism is kind of over.
That sucks.
It really does.
I mean,
but it's been a fucking long time coming in this fucking country.
The thing is, I'm probably technically conservative in some ways. I don't know which ones, but definitely not conservative in others.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, that didn't really mean anything.
Like,
that was just a sentence with zero like context attached to it.
Well, it didn't have. I'm trying to think, like, what would I be? Is there a conservative policy that I would adhere to? Okay, like, I don't think the American conservatives are going to work for this. What's, like, a British conservative policy?
Destroying the economy?
Oh, fuck.
Well, it's like I've said, like, though, like, Brexit aside, the British tend to be more... They tend to be smarter politically than we are here in America.
You might want to go north for this one.
Yeah, like, you might want to go to Canada, because Canada is kind of like... They're always, like, 4 years behind us in terms of political trends.
In most trends, to be perfectly honest, but... That's my anti-Canadian bias showing through. It's like I don't want to get rid of Canadians. I love them, but god damn it, I hate them sometimes. Like when they cross-check you, fucking goddamn fucking.
Just like I hate them in hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Look, they know like hockey should be a violent sport, not the namby-pamby shit it is now.
Well, you did
I wonder how much.
Like just right as I started getting into hockey, I was like, man, hockey's fun. It's so violent and shit. This is great. They were like, we're gonna make hockey a lot less violent. I was like,
make hockey great again.
You gotta
yeah,
stop.
make hockey great again.
You got. Oh God, don't do that. Because literally, there was a fuckhead at the fucking Maple Leafs game when I went to see the Wings play the Maple Leafs in front of me, wearing a "Make Hockey Violent" hat again.
I like how the Detroit Red Wings are like, we're gonna sue Richard Spencer.
No, they're not suing Richard Spencer. They're suing this dude who was running a group called the Detroit Right Wings, and using the winged wheel as their symbol.
It's like, hey, dude, no.
No, we're not doing this. We're literally in the middle of fucking Detroit.
This is why copy law protection was created, to keep you people like you from using our fucking logo. We are not a racist team. Half of our fucking team, like every hockey team, is fucking immigrants with unpronounceable fucking names.
We used to have Russian defectors on the team. we had
like
a whole
fit. Like, yeah, half the fucking, like half of the NHL players now's names are like fucking shitty Scrabble hands. It's like, shit, I got like 8 Ks and like 2 Cs and an H, like, got a J and an I. Fuck, what do I do with this?
It's like the only other decent hockey league in the world is the KHL, so that's where they're going to get most of the talent from.
I mean, Canada did make, like, same-sex marriage is an issue that the U.S. was way behind in terms of, like, a lot of the other Western countries, but I was talking in terms of more, like, broader political trends. Like, that's why, like, Canada had, like, a neocon as president when we had, like, Obama. Oh, excuse me. Obama.
Okay,
and that's why now they have Justin Trudeau
and Max,
who is a neoliberal.
Do you know what happened with those Christians? They were going to start deporting a lot of them.
Wait, what?
Look at the comment from Max in the.
I'm not opening up the chat, man.
Okay, wait, Scrabble uses the use of names now? That's bullshit.
Okay, Wayne County, Detroit has a bunch of around Dearborn has a bunch of refugees from Iraq into it, and a lot of them are the Christian refugees who were very much
the Yadrizzi.
Yeah, but it was 2 months ago they started rounding up 1,000 of them because they had some criminal charges against them, and we're gonna deport a lot of them. And fucking one of the leaders, I heard him on NPR, basically he's like, I support Trump, but god damn it, they're still gonna deport these people. It's like, what the fuck did you expect?
Yeah, again, like,
and Wayne County.
This is the thing. Like, Trump said, fucking, like, yeah, he focused on the fucking Mexicans, but here's the thing, like, here's the thing that a lot of fucking people on the right don't either want to acknowledge or they just flat out don't realize. Mexican immigration has been down for 14 fucking years now.
Yeah, you saw that South Park episode where all the Mexicans were trying to get back to Mexico.
That's been happening though for the last 14 fucking years.
Yeah, so that's how we stop immigration. We make the country.
That should tell you how fucking shit America is as well in terms of like attracting new people. Where it's like, hey, we'd rather live in the fucking country that has like a massive fucking drug war going on right now. That seems like we have a better chance fucking there.
Well, if you want to stop immigration, just make the country shitty. And it's so shitty that nobody wants to move there. You don't see people wanting to move to Iraq, do you?
Like right now, if I remember right, the biggest group of
Like,
immigrants coming into this
God,
country are Chinese.
You do have the Kurds. But they're kind of more
like
trying to take back territory, kind of. But that's
yeah. I'm trying to think of a group that like legit. They're a country. Syria. Nobody
I
wants
also
to move
think
to Syria.
India.
Well, that's because it's like in the middle.
I think India's like number 2. Like in terms of like, because a lot of Chinese and Indian people come over here because we have like a huge shortage of doctors in this country, so they can make way more money as doctors in this country than they could as in China or India.
It's because we're a bit.
Hell, it's not even just doctors. Like people come from China and India to just be nurses, and they make a shit ton of money because we don't have enough people trained to be just basic fucking nurses.
Yeah, I should have went to med school instead of.
And as someone who works at the bookstore at one of these colleges, holy shit, the fucking cost of entry into nursing at this point.
Yeah, like my sister, like she's becoming an RN. Yeah, and like, cause like and pretty much like
out of like all of Minagata's conversation about her books, like all of her books were like $400+ for med school.
I will. So I can actually attest to this. Right now, the main basic nursing bundle is around $500 in our school. Because you have to get a.
We're talking $500 per book for med school.
And that's the main that's the first basic book. After that, it keeps going because now they're starting to turn away from.
Yeah, my sister, like the only reason she even tried to become an RN is because she found out she could get like state help on like all of the books and all of the costs associated with it.
A lot of the like classes are moving away from books mostly because the publishers realize, hey, you can straight up pirate a lot of these. So they're using access codes, which are the like serial numbers used for games, but instead it's for software, so they can like learn on the software instead of from a book.
Yeah, but the thing is, people pirate that eventually, which would be good.
Yeah, like a lot of the people who would have become nurses, they just stay CAs for their entire careers.
I was like, I mean, yes, shit. You want some of the best food in Michigan? You go to Dearborn. That's where all the Islamic refugees are. So they got great food over there. Literally,
refugees are really good at cooking. Should get them in here.
That I've always laughed at is every time I drive down Michigan Ave, the Islamic superstore is literally.
Also, like, Jason Dublin brings up a good point. Like Mexico is like we're sending more drugs at this point to Mexico, with I think the exception of meth. Like I think like meth, but then again, that's because America really loves its fucking meth. So we legitimately use more meth than we fucking use.
Yeah, we need to import meth.
We use more meth than we make. So yeah, we have to import meth.
It's terrifying because meth is a really horrible drug.
Like, fun fact:
marijuana can be debilitating if you use it extraordinarily a lot, but if you do a fuck ton of meth, it will kill you.
North Korea is the #1 distributor of meth in the world.
I mean,
I didn't know that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they're the ones who are importing meth to like all of like Southeast Asia. Like that's where all of the meth from the Philippines is coming from. Is North Korea, because North Korea because North Korea has been shut off from making money everywhere else. They're just like, let's make drugs. Let's do that.
I mean, meth relatively easy to make, especially when you have a state actor making it. It destabilizes.
Also, too, meth has another huge advantage for North Korea because, like, their fucking slave workforce, they just dope up on meth and then they send them to, like, the United Arab Emirates to be fucking slave laborers in the fucking desert making, like, fucking Formula One racetracks.
Yeah, it's relatively easy to make on a state level. Anywhere you send it to is going to be destabilized by it.
Yeah, like North Korea has no allies, so they're like, fuck it, we'll just send it everywhere. We don't care.
That's what they were trying to do with root weed. The problem is you don't get that kind of effect from weed.
Yeah, and like really a lot of people like weed is also one of those crops where yeah, you can grow it in really shitty conditions, but it's really like the better care you take of it, the better quality you're gonna get.
It's like, yeah, you can sell that ditch weed, but
well, meth is just a bunch of household chemicals, basically.
yeah,
It's gonna be interesting to see.
I have to go though. I'll see you guys later.
okay.
What I see you, Nick.
Bye, voice of
It's
reason.
gonna be interesting. It's gonna be weird seeing what happens to like weed when the corporations start pumping it out because they're not gonna be caring about quality.
No, they're not. It's gonna be like fucking marbles for weed.
But I'm like, it probably won't be as shit as ditchweed though.
Oh god, no.
But I don't think it will be good as like mid grade. I think it would probably fall into some like,
Like lower,
yeah, I'll get you high.
It's gonna be like between Reggie's and fucking mids, somewhere in between there. But then,
although they
course,
probably, I could see them though. I could see Marlboro being like having like you know how like whiskey companies have like they have like the mass produced whiskey and then they have like this is our $400 like handcrafted whiskey.
To say they're gonna have like different grades of they're gonna sell them like different grades of quality. Like they're probably they're gonna have to make a thing like proofs for THC quantity.
Here's my thing. Like I don't know if I'd buy joint. Like I might buy joints. Like I'm not good at rolling joints. Like it's my real failing as a stoner is I've never properly have ever rolled a joint in my life.
I've done it twice, and that's when I was drunk.
If they start selling fucking blunts, I'm gonna buy so many blunt. I love blunts. They're the best.
You're gonna get your sweet and sour tobacco blunts, and then you're gonna get right next to them the green grade.
Because I can do blunts, but like the problem with blunts is they take so much fucking weed and so much time to smoke.
Oh god, yeah. You see, it's too much after a while. I always just like my pipe. Fuck it.
Yeah, I would probably get like to the point where I'd start passing out high. Which might not be good with a blunt. Like it's fine with a bowl because the bowl's gonna put itself out.
Yeah, you're gonna knock it over. It's just gonna the embers are gonna go everywhere, and those don't burn as much. Oh god, what will flame retardant weed taste like?
Probably like that's the other thing I'm worried about with like the mass produced shit is like it's probably not gonna have a good taste, and they'll probably put filters on it.
Oh, don't put a filter on it.
Then again, I could just buy unfiltered. Like if they do joints, they'll probably do unfiltered joints.
Maybe have it in like those bags. You can get like the bag tobacco in.
Also, too, knowing like like especially since I'm like Marble, that's the brand I smoke all the time. Like, there's a lot of stems and sticks and shit up in there.
Oh god.
And that's like it's passable with fucking tobacco because tobacco kind of like unless you're smoking really good fucking tobacco just kind of fucking sucks anyways.
Yeah, you have to attune yourself to it after a while.
But like I can tell when there's like a stem in a bowl and I'm like I have to stop smoking it immediately to get the fucking stem out.
Oh god, I'm gonna have a massive headache now. Great.
You know, why haven't I modded Super Noob yet? Like I know Super Noob.
Have you tried any of those like shitty herbal cigarettes that they've been selling now, or is that only in like stupid college towns where I'm near?
Nah, I've tried those. Like I've tried clove cigarettes, and I'm like,
they smell like asshole.
I'm like the fucking what is like this just is pot. This is just fucking tobacco, but it gives you like a head rush and a headache. Like I'm gonna stick the pot. No, thank you. Yeah. I remember I had a friend who, like, when I started smoking pot, he was like, well, clove cigarettes are better. And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
I can, like, around here for, like, mids, it's like 10 a gram. For Reggie's, it's like 5 a gram. Anything higher than that, you got to go to the dispensary. But then again, it's super easy to get a card anyway, so why would you?
You know, Max, I would love to play tax on weed if I could just not be hassled. Like if I could just whistle my way down to a store and plop a $10 bill, like plop down a Hamilton, and be like, "Pack a pot, please."
I love that. That's what I want to do tomorrow. Fuck it.
Although here's something too we haven't considered with like the mass-produced weed. Are they even like they probably will bother with doing joints and blunts and stuff because
that'd be more production cost.
There's a market for that, and they also, although like they probably don't have, although at the same time they have been like Marlboro most famously, like they've known for a long time that like weed legalization is inevitable.
It's like they're probably planning for it. They probably have a business model ready to go.
Yeah, they probably have like the schematics drawn up for joint rolling machines and shit.
I mean, you wouldn't have to really change all that much. It's just it's going to be a little softer product, and it might disintegrate a little more easier in the fucking machine.
But also, would Marlboro just sell straight up weed? A possibility.
Yeah, maybe. Also, they'll take the byproduct of all the weed rolling machines and sell just like bags of shake.
Well, the chew companies try to get in.
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus!
Well, they try to make pot chew.
Oh God! What?
I hate saying it. I'd give it a try. If you were like, "Hey, here's some chewing pot," it's like chewing tobacco, but pot. It's like,
what do you even get? What you're looking for in it? Does it work that way? I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a health person or a botanist.
I don't. I'll be honest. I don't get chewing tobacco. Period. But like with pot, I'm like, okay, there's THC, there's chemicals in there. Maybe they get absorbed, but at the same time, when you eat edibles, you don't just chew on the edible and then spit it out.
It's the digestive that it's in the butter or the fat or whatever the fuck is in there. I don't know. It has nothing to do with the physical act of chewing it. So how would it even have the same effect, or would it? We need a fucking.
You're not super new, but I'm getting fucked. Like an eighth here is like fucking goddamn 30.
It was like 25, but then again, most of the guys I know go to the dispensaries and get it for us, so that's a little bit more.
Then again, Virginia is a fucking ass backwards state. Like we don't even have medical marijuana.
I think there's going to be a ballot initiative next election in Michigan. We're going to try and legalize it again, but then again, we've tried this like 4 times, and they can never get the goddamn petition in on time.
Like I've made this prediction with Virginia numerous times, and it's panning out. Fucking every state around Virginia will legalize pot before Virginia does.
I mean, I used to think we'll beat Ohio on this, but then again, Ohio is starting to have a pretty
like Maryland's already doing it. I think has Pennsylvania done it?
I don't think so. Let me look.
West Virginia's getting ready. Like West fucking Virginia is going to legalize pot before Virginia does.
That is the ultimate insult.
The one job Virginia has as a state is be better than West Virginia. We have failed at that.
I think you guys are on the track to be. I mean, I don't know shit about either of you.
Yeah, we did go from fuck Nazis to weed. We did make a real.
We need to pivot.
Hairpin turn there.
You need to make Virginia's PR team better.
Yeah, like it's like Virginia's for lovers. Like fuck that state motto. Like
Virginia's for stoners.
Hey, Virginia. Hey, we're not West Virginia. or better, like make Virginia's state motto like I'm with stupid and have an arrow pointing at West Virginia.
Hey, you can't do that. We've been doing that with Ohio for years. That's our thing.
Is it like? I mean, to be fair, Ohio and Michigan went to war over Toledo.
Of all places.
Of all fucking things.
I mean,
it's like, yeah, Ohio, how is that working out for you, having Toledo?
okay, Pennsylvania has a really, really, like, stupid marijuana legalization law. The only things legalized are vape pen cartridges, edible cannabis, and creams, topical creams. It's called a no-smoke law.
That motherfucker, Lundy, has been fucking dabbing. No wonder he forgets to fucking mute when he does his fucking vape pen bullshit. He's fucking higher than a kite. He's higher than me probably half the fucking time.
I mean, he does work construction. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of us are.
It's like, yeah, he should get high. Like, I'm not begrudging Lundy for getting high, but that son of a bitch. That son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah, Bannon got fired. Forgot about that already.
Yeah. That's how we can pivot back to Nazis. There's one less Nazi, like, at the White House.
And now we're on Gorka
or
watch.
Nazi sympathizer. Yeah, Gorka needs to go, because it's like, you got rid of one of them.
When you legit work with the European far right.
That's what I was telling Nick. I was like, Bannon, he's fucking a piece of shit, and he's awful and fucking deserves every bad thing happening to him and just fucking him.
He's more of a, like...
Yeah, he's smart about it, though. He's never openly worked for the fucking Nazis. Gorka fucking has. And he looks like Rip Torn from fucking Freddy Got Fingered, and I could never fucking goddamn take him fucking serious. Like, I know we shouldn't judge people fucking based on their looks. Don't judge a book by its cover. But you know what? Fuck that shit. That's why you have fucking covers on books, so you can put on fucking blurbs about what the book's about.
Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged. Yeah, I'm gonna judge this one.
Like, fucking half of the people in Trump's fucking administration are fucking goddamn unfuckable. Like, I wouldn't fuck them with Frankenstein's stolen dick. Like, who's the one who looks like a goblin? He's like bald. He's got like a head shape like the guy from The Hills Have Eyes.
You have to be way more specific than that.
He's bald. He looks like The Hills Have Eyes guy. He's got really huge fucking goblin ears. He looks like Yellow Bastard from Sin City if he didn't have the jaundice.
I don't know. That sounds like you're talking about Jeff Sessions to me.
No, it's not Jeff Sessions. Is it Miller? I want to say Miller.
Stephen Miller. I think that's who you're talking to. So you're talking about.
But, like, half of those fuckers have, like, just really super bland, forgettable names.
The one who's
like, the only reason I remember Gorka is because it's like, this motherfucker's a Nazi, and because of his last name, he'd be like, in train number 3 for the Holocaust after fucking the disabled and the Jews.
It's like he's like 30 and already has the Paul Heyman haircut.
Like I said, he looks like fucking Stephen Gorka. I mean, not Stephen Gorka. He looks like fucking stupid fucking Rip Torn from Freddy Got Fingered or Men in Black. Like, I'm expecting him to be like, it's like,
do not sully the name of Rip Torn.
Maybe that's it. Maybe Stephen Gorka. Maybe that's what happened to Rip Torn. He became like, everybody said he died, but he went too deep into like a role. Like dead? He's a method. Yeah.
Oh.
But no, Rip Torn isn't dead because he's an even insaner character actor than Daniel Day-Lewis. You know, Daniel Day-Lewis became a shoe cobbler for 6 years.
He's gonna be up at the fucking
for a role.
He's gonna be up at the podium at a press conference, rip off the mask. Oh, I was me all along. Confetti, flags.
Wait, not Rip Torn. No, not Rip Taylor. Rip Torn, the guy from Men in Black. Freddy Got Fingered.
Oh yeah, now
you're thinking of Rip Taylor.
Yeah. Is Rip Torn? Is either of them dead? I don't think Rip Torn's dead.
Rip Torn is dead. I don't know about Rip Taylor. God, I hope Rip Taylor is not dead.
Give me a second. I'm looking it up. I don't think Rip Torn... Did he die? I'm not 100% sure. Because
You know what, Sid? That's a good way to fucking describe Miller. Fucking right-wing Anthony Weiner.
Rip Torn isn't dead.
You know what? Not defending. Rip Torn's not dead.
Not dead.
I thought he was dead.
Dead.
Is Rip Taylor dead?
Now I gotta look that up.
God damn it! We were going back to Nazis and shit, and now we're like Rip Torn, Rip Taylor.
Rip Taylor isn't dead either.
I could have sworn Rip Torn was dead.
Man, you don't know who's dead or not.
Wait, let me try something. Maybe I can bring people back from the life. Back from the life.
Can we get Prince back?
Yeah. Prince is dead.
Wait.
Google that shit.
No, he's still dead. God damn it.
God damn it. I tried, everybody.
Stop. No, bring back Lemmy, god damn it.
Oh God, Lemmy would be great right now. You know, Lemmy would just be like, yeah, fuck the Nazis.
And then he'd drunkenly throw a whiskey bottle at Rick Spencer.
You know, that's kind of what I'm kind of, like a bit glad about. Again, this is why I'm like, I wish the right wing in this country was more like the right wing from the UK, because like even they would probably be like, yeah, fuck the Nazis. Like they're awful. Like they bombed us. Maybe that's it. Like the Nazis never directly bombed America, so like we give them a free pass.
The worst they did was like send a submarine that like sank or something. I forgot about.
Oh, is there a Silent Hill horn? That might be like North Anna's emergency siren.
Oh yeah, we get one here that is literally the most terrifying thing in the world, because it's like this end of the world voice coming on. It's like, this is a test of the Washington Monroe County emergency alert system. Do not be afraid. This is only a test. Whee! And they do it at like 10 a.m. in the morning.
By the way, I think this is like the final proof that like Tupac's dead.
Yeah, I wish Tupac was still here.
Because I bet you if Tupac was still alive, he'd come out and be like, you know what? I was playing a game with everybody about being dead and shit, but you know what? Fuck Nazis. That's more important. I just want to say, Tupac Shakur, ain't down with Nazis.
I don't think he would have been anyway, to be perfectly any time earlier.
Oh my God, how great would it be? How great would it be, fucking Damon, if there was like an Antifa video and you just see a guy with a fucking like red hood? Because remember, Tupac always wore the red bandana. You just see a fucking guy like take the red bandana and move it up on his head like Tupac, and it's fucking Tupac, and he's like, "I'm the leader of Antifa."
we all follow Tupac. That's the conspiracy theory.
Like he's like. He's like, this is why I disappeared all those years ago. Like, I saw this shit coming. I am prepared. What if Tupac is Antifa Batman?
Oh God, I'm writing this. I'm going to so write this. The Return of Tupac.
Same with Andy Kaufman. Oh my God, what if Andy Kaufman is like the fucking... What if Andy Kaufman is like the Nick Fury of Antifa? Like, so all of these celebrities we thought were dead and shit, like fucking, like, Jake, no, not Jake Gyllenhaal, Heath Ledger. Like, Heath Ledger, he didn't OD.
He just went underground.
Somebody needs to make this into a movie.
I need the budget. You guys need to support my Patreon.
It would be like, I can't tell if this would be like horribly distasteful or really appropriate. Yeah, Kurt Cobain, he didn't die. He's fucking in Antifa. He's known as the Kirk the Axe Cobain. He uses an axe.
So wait, no. Kurt Cobain is leading the Juggalos?
No, he uses like a giant two-handed like fuck off battle like like he's basically like a berserker.
That still
Kurt
sounds like the Juggalo. ICP did an entire song called "My Axe."
I'm just saying, picture Kurt Cobain's head on like Arnold Schwarzenegger's body from Conan. That's Kurt Cobain now in Antifa.
He's got like the red and black flag hoodie, and then
Yeah.
the fucking black bandana.
He's got like face paint, but it's like red and black face paint.
He's chopping off Nazi's head while quoting a shout out Shakur.
Yeah. Shit, I should have went with Hammer. Like fucking the Hammer from Game of Thrones, because that'd be cool. Seeing a big fuck off dude in armor bashing a bunch of stupid fucking Nazis with it.
TJ wishes he was Kurt Cobain. There's a difference.
That would be really sad of TJ. Like, if it was like, yeah, I'm Kurt Cobain. It's like, wow. This is what you did? Like, you know what? I can kind of half understand it. Like, you got away from Courtney Love. Like, so big plus there, Kurt. Not going to lie. But, like, look at everything else you've done. Like, I guess I'm like.
In his head, he probably is Kurt Cobain. If one day he finally loses it and just starts doing Nirvana songs on this channel, they're mine now.
Does he even do videos on his channel? Like, the only time I ever see him is when I watch Drunken Peasants.
Oh, God, I don't even do that anymore. I can't sit through an hour of that.
I watch it because of Paul.
I don't even care about Paul.
Nah, Paul's a good dude. He does, like, he's doing, like, he used to do, like, solo hangouts, but now he's doing, like, movie reviews, so I'm like, that's kind of killed off the like ideology channel.
Even then, it's like everyone does music reviews. It's like it's like asking people to watch your fucking gaming podcast.
I mean, yeah, like I'll admit it. Like the movie and video. Well, no, the movie and video game stuff. I've openly admitted it numerous times on my channel. That stuff is filler.
That market is entirely saturated.
Like, yeah, it's completely saturated and shit. Like, but like the main reason I do it isn't because I'm like, I'm going to get a lot of pull from doing it. It's like, this is content I can easily make in advance and just dish out over a large period of time.
It's easy, it's simple, and you can throw it out there, throw a ton of it out there at once. That's why it's a popular YouTube thing. Because that's pretty much what YouTube always has been. And this is someone who made a shit ton of YouTube videos. So even
you know what, Lamort? Wolverine's only like 5'4" in the comic books, and he's a berserker, like berserker rage. So
I mean, there's he had tons of, he had the money, he could do the surgeries and make himself fat and 6 feet. Also sandwiches. It's like, yeah, I've kind of like consciously uncoupled myself from most of the YouTube atheism sphere since I've been out of it. I don't really care much about any of them.
Yeah, I'll be like I went into a guy's hangout called God's Odds. He's a Christian. And he was like, hey, you want to come in, like, hang out? Like, I actually had a lot more fun talking stuff with them. There's actually a fucking black Israelite, like, flat earther.
Oh, Jesus.
And, like, I actually had a reasonable conversation with him because, like, he was like really fascinated with all those, because, you know, I'm from Virginia and stuff, and I can explain like the shit that happened in Charlottesville, and he was like, oh, like that's some interesting like stuff. I didn't even know that. And it's like, yeah.
I did learn Crusader Cat, that one furry I went after for a while, is actually straight up fucking Nazi fur now. So
also, he might have liked me because I started asking him about flat Earth stuff because of a very public spanking, and I was like, because I wanted to kind of discern what kind of flat earther he was. I was like, so do you believe in the ice wall stuff? Also, apparently, he is one of like the anti-Semitic flat earthers too, because
I thought he was a black Israelite. What?
well, he hates the Jew.
Oh, is he one of those like he thinks that the actual Jewish people
Yes.
are like black?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yes, Nazi furry is a thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of Nazis in the furry community now because it's kind of one because like the furries are very open and like they're very open, accepting people because they get shit on a lot. So
But
they're a group that's rife for infiltration of scumbags because they're like, hey, I'm a furry. And it's like, hey, welcome to our community. I also believe that white people are genetically superior and we should annihilate all of the brown people. It's like, wait, what?
there is a burgeoning Antifa furry movement though, so I'm very conflicted.
I mean, yeah, I'll be honest, Max. I don't believe in flat Earth, but like if someone came up to me and was like, I'm a flat earther, I'd be like, you know, like that's dumb but understandable. Like I get why I get why it's such a fun and easy thing to make fun of, but at the same time, like, you know what, if you are just a really kind of simple fucking minded person and you don't like think about shit outside of your little bubble, like the earth might as well be fucking flat to you. Like, who was the lady on The View like a while back who said she believed the Earth was flat?
I forget. No, it was one of the black ladies, wasn't it? Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah,
because I know Hasselbeck wouldn't openly say something. Well, that stupid on. Well, no, she would too. Anyway, fuck, who was it? I don't even remember. I don't watch The View.
I guess flat Earth to me is one of those things where it's so dumb, it's more fascinating than infuriating.
It's like one of those people who you get talking about like energies and fucking like what am I thinking of? Like any people you get in those crystal shops who talk about energies and the way you don't think it's like okay.
We have a term for that on a very public spanking, the crystal rapist.
Oh, okay. Wait, what?
Because a lot of the guys who talk about that stuff look like rapists.
Oh, okay. I got a couple.
Also, they usually have like a woman in a prone position in their videos.
Okay.
And they're doing like creepy touch.
I do notice that a lot of those people keep coming like me asking about asking my opinion on their kind of wish supernatural crystal things and like what the fuck
the crystal stuff's kind of the same way too, where it's like I think I like listening to any kind of bullshit that ultimately doesn't, you know, that's not like, oh, JFK like was killed by the fucking commies.
I'm more into the theory that it was an accidental gunshot that killed him, even after Lee Harvey Oswald hit him a couple times. But that's my own thing.
That could be it. Although, like, there is like what a lot of people forget with the JFK assassination thing. Like, he wasn't in a standard car.
He was in the open top. Yeah, the one that had the back seat a little higher.
Yeah, and the back seat was like higher and further to the, I think, to the left. Because like there was a big open space where he could stand up and wave to people.
It wasn't like curved or anything. It was the standard straight car. It's just the back seat was a little higher and he was off to the left a bit.
Yeah, like that's why the magic bullet shit is like bullshit. Because when you take that into account, it's like, oh, that's how he got, like, how the bullet that went through fucking what's his face also hit JFK.
Yeah, it was the governor of Texas, I think it was. I forget his name.
Because, yeah, in, like, a normal car, he'd be down too low for that bullet to hit him there. But, like, yeah, he was in, like, a car with a slightly elevated seat that was off to the side so he could be better seen by the people. And also, if he wanted to stand up and wave. Or the moon landing shit. That fucking annoys me. I love watching. Every so often, I just go back and watch that video of Buzz Aldrin.
Every anniversary of the moon landing, I fucking marathon that video just over and over and over. You're a fraud. You're a charlatan. Wham!
My favorite part of all that, though, is that guy ended up making a video apologizing to Buzz Aldrin.
It's like, that's how much of a boss Buzz Aldrin is. He punches someone in the face.
Yeah, also the fact that, like, nobody was like, look, look, he's Buzz Aldrin. He's an American hero. He went to the fucking moon. Like, fuck you. Like, he gets to punch you.
He gets to punch you. It's like if you walked up to him and started baiting him and then he punched you. We're not going to prosecute him. Fuck you.
It's like if somebody came up to you and called you a child molester or something, you'd probably punch them.
Except this guy.
I don't know why I went. Well, I know why I went there. Like, I'm not saying the guy who. I don't know. I don't think that guy's done anything else of note after the Buzz Aldrin thing.
Conspiracy theorist career.
It really did.
He might be popular in the more niche conspiracy circles, but his time to go mainstream ended on the end of Buzz Aldrin's fist.
I should look up some of his videos post Buzz Aldrin for a very public spanking, just so I could be like, "Hey guys, you know who this shithead is? He's the guy who got punched by Buzz Aldrin."
5-1 odds he went alt-right.
It wouldn't shock me. Oh yeah, I don't know if you were here for this, Damon, but like fucking earlier, somebody was like fucking, like, why aren't you talking about like Islamic extremism and stuff?
Oh,
and it's like, oh, it's okay to kill a Nazi and stuff. It's like, look, the thing with like that shit is like, we're not saying every conservative, like, we're making a huge distinction here. Like the fuckers who are wearing swastikas, like, yeah, like that's a punch me sign.
That's like an old school kick me sign.
And what was it, Die Hard 2, where Bruce Willis had to walk around with the sandwich board saying he hated N-words?
Yeah. Like that's incitement. That's entrapment.
You know, Kevin. Wait, one. Are you the Kevin Smith?
I don't know. Seems a little calm for the real Kevin Smith.
I mean, Kevin, like, Smith is a very common last name, and Kevin is a very common first name.
But I kind of doubt that. I could be wrong. I'm always willing to be proven wrong.
Wait, did you just come in here because I said flat Earth stuff? Like, is there like, did some kind of signal go off somewhere? Or it's like somebody talked about flat Earth, let me come in.
Look, okay, here's the thing. Flat Earth is true, but, you know, the chemtrails we are spraying are slowly closing the Earth, and we're going to make it the global reality. It's going to happen eventually.
Yeah, like...
Dimmer skies for a better future. This is what I like to do. I like to combine conspiracy theories together that don't actually fit together.
OC 1316 kill pregnant bitches.
Jose, is that
was really like Stone Cold's like worst catchphrase.
Yeah, that was a weird.
Stone Cold 1316 just said kill pregnant bitches, and everybody's like, wait, what did Stone Cold just say? It's like, okay, I need to work. Maybe I should just be friends with Vince McMahon if I want to be a heel.
Yeah, it was a weird moment in the Steve Austin heel turn. The Attitude Era had some weird things going on in it.
The Attitude Era was kind of shit. Let's be all honest.
Yeah, there was a lot of dumb.
It had better booking.
Oh God, yes. It's just
in terms of like booking, WWE Attitude. Mainly, this is what I. Oh, okay. Now we're gonna get on the wrestling. So. I'm not the first one to say this shit. I'm not striking new ground, but like 50-50 wrestling is just killing my interest in WWE.
I mean, yeah, I don't really watch Raw or SmackDown anymore. I just end up watching the pay-per-views because you can just see what happened anyway. They show you.
I don't even watch NXT anymore. Because now the 50-50 bookings affected NXT.
And they gotta, they've also, the call-ups have been just decimating NXT. It's like they keep having to throw more people into it who aren't necessarily ready.
By the way, for anybody in my chat who's a comment moderator, you can kick out Kevin Smith. Like, that's why you're comment moderators. Not saying you have to. I just noticed he is spamming the chat a bit. Kevin, you can stay. I don't mind it, but just don't spam up the chat as much.
Like caps lock, you can turn that off.
Peace, love, and chicken grease, as I always say. Or never say. I think that's the first time I ever said that, in fact.
All right, I gotta go do some stuff. I'll see y'all later.
All right, I think I'm going to end this here then. Because I got nothing left. And we were about to talk wrestling, and that was probably going to drive everybody like 90%, well, 90% of 7 people. So that like there's going to be one person
that one
left.
dude who's probably like a Roman Reigns mark.
Yeah, Kevin Smith's probably a Roman Reigns mark. He's like Roman Reigns is a good Christian. Is Roman Reigns Christian?
I assume so.
What if it's just like, what if he's like a weird Polynesian thing where it's like, I believe in eating my enemies after they die, which is why I destroyed so many like careers like Bray Wyatt's.
I mean, you got atheists.
That's why I defeated The Undertaker and not Bray. Like the one chance that Bray ever had left of ever being a fucking goddamn like threat ever again, gone.
I mean, you got atheist Seth Rollins out there.
Oh, I'm a bozo.
Are you painting up, Matt? Are you ready for the Juggalo War?
I mean, look, like I've already made peace with siding with the fucking tankies and the fucking stupid fucking like other fucking dipshits on the like left because like I'm willing to make the fucking like moral choice America made in the 1940s where it's like what, willing to join up with the USSR to kill the Nazis like that, seems okay.
Okay, I gotta go. I'll see you guys.
Oh, Adam killed him. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Sorry, Chemo. I know you just came. Also, why isn't Chemo fucking a mod? I am really slipping on my fucking. I know. I'm slipping on my mod admin. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll probably end up making a fucking another video sometime between now and later. Everybody's gone. Like, is there somebody in the Skype I can yell at to come in? All right, Jason there. Nope, there's nobody. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go end this. I got a cheeseburger I gotta eat anyways. So I'll see you guys. Well, if I don't see you fucking on this channel, like I'll definitely see you on a very public spanking on Saturday or Sundays with Napalm on Sundays, obviously there. So see you later. Wish there was somebody else here to do the final words because I'm not good at ending stuff. Bye.